What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my very first official video of my channel. Hope I'm gonna do well. So if I really want to talk about this viral video that is from my own hometown. That's right, I'm not kidding. So if you haven't seen it, then you're living farther on Iraq than I am. It's a viral video of a transgender woman going off on a GameStop employee for accidentally calling her sir instead of ma'am. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that I had a close friend who was one gender when I was younger, changed into another. And it was very hard for me to adjust, but they understood because, well, frankly, it's a hard thing to adjust to, especially if you sound the way this transgender woman sounded. Now, if you haven't seen this video, I will do my best to leave a link in the description. But again, you're living farther in Iraq than I am, and I lived pretty far under one. So if you don't know the city I am talking about, we're talking about Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it is, well, frankly, it's a pretty crazy town. But the fact that one of our videos, one of these people from our hometown went viral in such a big way causes me to speak out about it because it doesn't really reflect on our city in a good way. It says more of we're just willing to, how should I put it? It just says more of we're willing to blow up in your face instead of actually willing to sit down and explain what is really happening. You could tell in the video that this man is very uncomfortable from the beginning. You could tell in his tone of voice. So for him to automatically accept to call this woman ma'am instead of sir is asking kind of a bit much. Maybe he's never been in that situation before. Maybe he's never faced a transgender person. It's happened before. You know, they're not really too common here. You see them, but not really a whole lot. So for her to just blow up on this poor man, I think is totally disrespectful. And then here comes the interview that she did with our local news, trying to kind of play it off like he did something wrong, when in reality, I really believe that maybe this man was just a bit too uncomfortable around transgenders. You can't really force people to be comfortable around something they're not. So if you're gay, bisexual, lesbian, whatever you choose to identify. I even have a friend who chooses to identify as pansexual. So if that's what you choose, then that's what you choose, but you definitely cannot force these others to accept you just like that. It's not going to happen. Some people are more accepting than others, but with acceptance sometimes comes struggles. Like I said earlier, I struggled a bit when my friend decided to change their gender. I'm not going to reveal who, out of respect for them. But they understood. I had never really been in that sort of situation before, so it was kind of hard for me to adjust, and I did. I still accept them and I love them for who they are because they've always been, well, just that goofy person I remember from middle school. They didn't change. So it's really hard to kind of demonize these people who are not willing to immediately accept who you are as a person. It's kind of putting a blanket over this community of people who aren't really accepting. It's not good. It's really not good. If they accept you, they accept you. If it takes some time to accept you, then that's honestly on them. You can't force anyone to do anything. They are gonna do what they feel they need to, or what they feel is right. The only time you can change someone is if they're willing to change. So just keep that in mind, and hopefully I'll start uploading videos more. I'm sorry for my last video and months behind. I've honestly been a little nervous about YouTube videos. But I finally got the courage, and this really caused me to speak out, because it's an issue that a lot of us need to face, and a lot of us need to know, and a lot of us need to adjust and sympathize and definitely talk about. This isn't something you could just bury down deep. This is something that you should probably talk about. Talk about it with your friends. Talk about it with your family. Maybe a family member that doesn't quite get your sexuality or other sexuality. Talk about it with them. You'll never know. Maybe they'll be more willing. But until then, like I said, you can't change anyone who isn't willing to change. This is being me, aka Shay. I will be signing off of YouTube, and I'll see you next time. Bye!